In this session, what we are going to do and what we are going to cover will be as following. So in this session, let us see who is a data analyst is. Okay, so we shall see who is a data analyst. And then we will see a data analyst with artificial intelligence. So what does a ordinary data analyst will do? What does a person who has done data analytics with AI will do? And then we shall see who is a data scientist. Okay, and what does exactly this data scientist to do? And then if time permits, we shall see what is AI, machine learning, these things. Okay, so this is the starting session. So simply to say, we are seeing intro to data analytics. We are seeing intro to data analytics with AI. We are going to see introduction to data science. We shall see introduction to artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. So this is the agenda what we are going in today's session. So let us make this session a very interactive session. Okay, so let us see. So what we are going to see, we're going to see who is a data analyst, data engineer, and then data scientist. So for a moment, let's forget about this data engineer. Okay, so we you people are not going to be data engineers, but anyway, I will give a picture of what is data engineers. So most of you, your concentration is as a data analyst with artificial intelligence, and then as a data scientist. So let us concentrate on these things. So here we go. So if you see on the screen, you have something called as data analyst. Okay, so by definition, this is what a data analyst will do. So what a data analyst will do is a data analyst takes data and uses it to help companies make better business decision. Okay, so what does a data analyst will do? A data analyst will takes data and uses it to help companies make better business decision. So in that phase, what he does is he collect the data. After that, he analyze the data, and after that, he creates the reports. So this is what a data analyst will do. So let us see this particular task. Guys. Okay, let us see. Let me explain you this thing with an example. So come here. See on the screen. So what I'm doing is I'm taking an Excel. So consider this as an Excel, though it is not an Excel. I have an Excel like this. Okay. So in this Excel, we have some columns. So one column I have year, another column I have revenue, another column I have expenses. So in this column, I have profit. So consider this as TCS company data. So what is this? This is TCS company data. So in this TCS company data, we are facilitated with year-wise data. So we have revenue year-wise, and we have expenses. We have expenses. Okay, and then we have something called as profit. Okay, so what we have? We have one column with year. In one column we have revenue, we have one column we have expenses, in another column we have something called as profit. Okay, so I have here 2020. So revenue of the TCS company is around $170 million. Expenses are around $190 million. So if you see what is profit, guys? Profit is nothing but revenue minus expenses. So if revenue minus expenses is positive, that means we are in profit. Okay. So if it is negative, that means we are in loss. Okay. If you see here, For the year 2020, expenses are more than revenue. So we are in a loss. So we are in a loss of minus $20 million. Consider another year 2021. So revenue of the company is around $200 million. Expenses are around 210. So again, we are a loss of minus $10 million. Consider another year 2022. So revenue of the company is around $220 million. Expenses are around 210. So this time we are with a profit of $10 million. Consider another year 2023. So revenue is around $250 million. Expenses is around $230 million. So we are in a profit of $20 million. Now let us take another year 2024. So revenue is around 270. Expenses are around $240 million. So we are with a profit of $30 million. Okay. So this is the story. So this is the story that is developing. So this is TCS company, revenue, expenses, profit. So what we are doing? So we are analyzing the profit. So what is the profit? Can you tell me the year with the maximum profit? So what is the year with maximum profit? If you see,
2024.
2024. Yes, exactly. 2024 is the year with maximum profit. And what is the year with the maximum loss? Okay. So if you see, 2020 is the year with maximum loss. Okay. And what is the average profit? So average profit is around $6 million every year. Okay. So same data I'm taking for better understanding. What can I do? I can visualize that data, taking profit. Okay. And year. So I have year here, I have profit. So 2020 negative profit, 21 negative profit, 22 profit, 23 profit, 24 profit. Not only that, I can create the dashboards also. So dashboard, it speaks a lot of things regarding what has happened. So this is the story, guys. This is the story of TCS company. Okay. So might be 2020, 21 might be due to pandemic situation and other things. There is a loss. So rest of the years we are doing well, and we had done very good in 2024. Okay. So this is the story what happened with TCS company. So let us go back to the definition of data analyst. So this is what a data analyst is. So what is a data analyst? Who is a data analyst? A data analyst takes data and uses it to help companies make better business decision. Okay. So in that phase, what he does, he will collect the data. So what we had done in that example, we had collected the data, yearly data, revenue data, expenses data. And what we had done, we had analyzed the data. So which year we have profit, which year we have loss, what is the average profit, minimum, max, average, certain things. And after that, what we had done, we had created a reports. Okay. So this is what a data analyst will do exactly in the real world. Okay. Next, if you see, who is a data scientist? Okay. So let us speak about data scientist. I am speaking regarding data engineer. So let us focus on data scientist. So what a data scientist will do, and what he will be doing and other things. Okay. So if you see, what is a data scientist? So by definition, this is what the definition of a data scientist. So if you see here, so come here. So what does a data scientist will do? A data scientist is a professional who deals with enormous mass of structured data and unstructured data and uses their skills in maths, statistics, programming, machine learning, etc. So who is a data scientist? A data scientist is a professional who deals with enormous mass of structured data and unstructured data and uses their skills in maths, statistics, programming, machine learning, etc. Okay, so what shall we do is, let us make this definition into two parts. So part one is, a data scientist is a professional who deals with enormous mass of structured and unstructured data. So up till here, part one. and uses their skills in math, statistics, programming, machine learning. So let us make up till here as part 2 of the definition. Okay. So let us speak about the part 1 of the definition. A data scientist is a professional who deals with enormous mass of structured data and unstructured data. So here we are hearing something called as structured data. So what is structured data? Okay. So structured data means a data which is in a form of table. Okay, so data where the data is in the form of tables and where tables has relationship between them and which has rows, columns and such type of data is structured data. Excel data is an example of structured data. Oracle data, the tables, whatever there you have in Oracle database or SQL database and all these type of databases, they are examples of structured data. And what is unstructured data? So unstructured data means it is also a data, but it does not have any proper structure. Okay, so what is the example of this unstructured data? Fine. So the example of this unstructured data is, for example, guys, so you want to purchase a mobile. Okay, so what you do, immediately you go to Amazon or Flipkart. You just see what is the rating. For example, I want to purchase Samsung mobile. So I will go and I will see that Samsung mobile, what is the rating for that mobile and what are the reviews for that particular mobile. So if I have good positive reviews, what I do, I will take a decision whether to buy that mobile or not. If not, I will not take that mobile. So what is that reviews over there? It is a data. It is helpful for us to understand about that particular product. Okay. Next, for example, if you go to YouTube, suppose if you want to view a movie, okay, so what you do before seeing that, you will just check with the comments. Okay, so what are the different comments, how people are reacting and all. Okay, suppose for example, there is a political video. Suppose Narendra Modi is addressing to the nation. Okay, so what you do, you will just see the comments. So some say that what Modi is saying is right, some may say what Modi is saying is wrong and all. So all these comments, using these comments, we can analyze the sentiment of the people, like how many people are against Modi or how many people are pro regarding the movie. Okay, suppose if you have a Facebook, if you consider Facebook, there will be likes, dislikes of certain photograph or certain comments or certain video. So based upon that likes and dislikes, you can analyze how many people are pro and how many people are anti regarding that particular posting. Okay, so even that is a data. From that data, we can get certain useful insight. Okay, so another example, I will tell you a real time example. If you take, suppose I am running a supermarket. Okay, so think that we are running a supermarket, Big Bazaar or DMart, any supermarket. So I want to place different products. I don't know where to place all the products. Okay. So what I do, I fix a CC camera at the entrance and I see how many people are entering to the mall when they enter into the supermarket, how many people are going to the right and how many people are going to the left. So what I do, I take that CCTV data and I will analyze how many people are going to the right after entering, how many people are going to the left. So I came to know that most of the people after entering, they are going to the right. So what I do, I keep my premium products over there. Okay. So that my sales will increase. So what is that CC footage? Even that CC footage is a data, but that does not have any structure. Okay. So such a type of data which is useful to analyze something, to which is useful to increase the business or which is useful to analyze the sentiment and other things is nothing but it is an unstructured data. Okay. So these days, if you see in the complete world, we have only 15% of the data which is structured data. Rest of the 85% of the data is unstructured data. Okay. So if you are trying to catch a fish, if you are trying to catch a fish in the lakes, that means you are working with structured data. If you are trying to catch a fish in oceans, that means you are working with unstructured data where the probability of catching the fish is more. Okay, so that is the thing. So these data scientists, they can not only work with structured data, but they can also work with unstructured data. And now if you see the second part of the definition, what is the second part of the definition? And uses their skills in maths, statistics, programming, machine learning, etc. Okay, so let us illustrate this second part of the definition with an example, guys. So come here. So if you see on the screen, I have I have some data over here. Okay, so consider these people as the customers of ICICI Bank. So these people, they are customers of ICICI Bank. So we have different customers. We have male, we have female, we have married, we have bachelors, and so many things. Okay, so all these people, they are customers of ICICI Bank. Okay, consider they are customers of the ICICI Bank. So what happened is these customers, they started leaving ICICI Bank and they joined with a different bank. Okay, so these customers, they started leaving ICICI Bank and they started joining with a different bank. And this bank people, they don't know what to do. So what is happening with them and all. So what this bank people did, they had hand over the data, okay, to the bank people, to the data scientist, and they had asked to analyze what is happening with their customers. So what this data scientist has done is they had analyzed the data. So they had used certain machine learning techniques on the data, and they had find out certain information thing from the data. So what they had find out is 3 out of 6 male customers whose age is between 25 to 35 are leaving their bank, and 2 out of 6 female customers whose age is between 65 to 75 are leaving the bank. Okay. And if you see 3 out of 6, that means 3 by 6. And if you, that is 0.5. And if you convert into probability, that is 50% probability. So they said that next time there is 50% probability that a male customer whose age is between 25 to 35 will leave your bank, and 2 by 6, that is 0.33, and if you convert into percentage, that is 33.3 percentage. And they say that there is 33.3% probability that a female customer whose age is between 65 to 75 will leave your bank. Okay, and they also said that if the trend continues, so by December 2025 you are going to lose 10K male customers and 5K female customers. And if the trend continues, so by December 2026, you are going to lose 30K male customers and 20K female customers. So this is what this data scientist has said to them, to the bank people. So bank people, what they did immediately, so many of the people, the male people of age between 25 to 35 are leaving the bank. So that is the age for a male person to get married. So they started giving means like they started giving house loans, personal loans, and other things to male people. And for female people, they started giving high interest rate so that they will stop these people to leave their bank. Okay, so this is what the data scientist has done. So this is what the story. So come back to the definition of a data scientist. So if you see what is the definition of data scientist, the second part of the definition, and uses their skills in maths, statistics, programming, machine learning, etc. Okay, so if you see here, data scientists, how the probabilities and all, how they calculated, they had used certain mathematical techniques. So they said that statistically this will happen by December 25, this will happen by December 2026. So how they had used certain statistics. So how they had find out that this is going to happen, this is what happening with the bank people, because they had used certain machine learning techniques on the data. So in order to you implement that machine learning techniques on the data, they should also have certain programming languages. They should also have certain programming knowledge like Python and R. Okay. So this is what exactly a data scientist is. So if you see a data analyst, just now we had discussed about data analyst. So what is data analyst? So what he has done, he has taken 2020 data, 21, 22, 23, and 24. And then he had predicted, or he had said what has happened in 20, what has happened in 21. So 20, there is a loss. 21 again loss. 24, we have maximum profit and all. So, okay, so if you see this data scientist, if you see this data analyst, so analyst, what he has taken data, various years data, and he has analyzed. So he is speaking about only the past action. So he said what had happened in 20, what has happened in 22, what has happened in 24. But if you see a data scientist, he has not only speaking what has happened in the past, but he is also able to predict what is going to happen. So by December 2025, what will happen? By December 2026, what will happen? Okay. So what you have to understand is a data scientist is a person who can not only tell what has happened in the past, but he can also predict what is going to happen in the future. Okay. So how he will predict that one? Using certain techniques, machine learning techniques, using certain AI techniques and all. Okay. So this is what a data scientist is. Fine. And if you see this data analyst and data scientist, okay, so there is one common thing. So let us see. If you see this data analyst, so if you see data analyst and data scientist, there is one common thing. What is that common thing? Data. So this both these people, this data scientist and data analyst, they will work with data only. Okay. So you can't see because up till 2016, we don't have data scientists in the market. Okay. And we have this data scientist and all after 2015 only in the market. So why after 2015? Why not in the in before years? The main reason is generation of data. Okay. So if you see, we are generating lots of data through different means. We are generating lots of data through YouTube, through Insta, through Facebook, different electronic devices, different apps and all. So as the data is getting generated, okay, so these many Insta pictures, these many tweets, these many emails, these many Facebook likes and photos, and these many YouTube hours of videos. Okay, so as the data is getting generated, people started using that data, guys. Okay, so one example I will tell you. So there is a match between India and Australia. Okay, so two people went for batting. One is Rohit and another is a new player, and that new player name is Ram. Okay, so if you are a commentator, okay, I guess you are very much fond of cricket. So if you are a commentator, about whom you will comment more, about whom you can say more, about Rohit or the new player Ram? Guys, let us analyze about whom you can speak more. You will speak more about the new player or the Rohit? Online guys, come on, let us have a discussion about whom you can say more.
Rohit.
Rohit. Why Rohit, Suresh?
He is the oldest player and he
Hmm,
know
very
the
good.
all the player.
Yes, because he is a player, we have data regarding him. We have data how Rohit plays in Australia, how Rohit plays against Australian bowlers, spin bowlers, fast bowlers, and other things. So we have data, we can speak more. But we cannot speak anything about the new player. Why? Because we don't have data. So that is what data is playing a vital role these days. You know, the term artificial intelligence is coined in the year 1955, but it is getting more popular these days. The only reason is due to generation of data and due to advanced processing things. We have CPUs and we have some advanced GPUs, okay, which has come into the market. So due to that, what we are doing, we are able to train the lots of data and we are getting certain information from that data. Okay, so that is the reason, guys, why this data science and data analytics has come into the market. Fine. And then if you see, what is the definition of a data science? Okay, so so we had seen the definition of a data scientist. Let us see what is the definition of a data science. So this is the definition of data science. So data science is the process. Okay, so what is the definition is data science is the process of using data to find solutions or to predict outcomes for a problem statement. So what is data science? Data science is a process of using data to find solution or to predict the outcomes for a problem statement. The bank people has a problem. What is the problem? The people, the customers are leaving their bank. So what this data scientist has done, they had taken the data and they had predicted the outcome. So this is what is going to happen in the future and all. Okay. So that is what data science is. Data science is process of using data to find solutions to predict outcomes for a problem statement. Okay.